Hello, beautiful souls. So the moon just moved into Virgo, which is probably why I'm making this video. Details, details, details. Interesting today. A lot of people are having a hard time. And I kind of, because what I've been noticing is that I am an observer. Not just for myself, but for others too. But I've been seeing a lot of appeals to send love, send healing. I get it. What I've also noticed is that I feel like I need to remind people that they are sovereign, that they have called some of these experiences in, and that while things do hurt now, it's all part of a grander plan, so to speak, and that almost just don't get caught up in the victim consciousness of it all, in the martyrdom, in the blaming outside of yourself, in seeing that other people are acting a certain way and that you are immune. And I get it. We all take a step back into that every once in a while. I know. I do. But it's interesting because I saw that this morning. And of course, I have no problem. I've been there. I've been there in these situations where things aren't working out exactly as you thought. You know, people are disappointing you. In my world today, my kids are acting crazy. My middle son, he started getting so angry because in the pantry there were too many chips. He's like throwing them around. Oh my gosh, who put all this here? This is ridiculous. Why isn't this organized? And I'm sitting in here, and Alex was in the kitchen too. And Alex and I are just looking at each other. And Alex is like, what is going on? Like, I know. And so I was like, Colby, are you okay? You need to calm down, dude. You're getting upset about some chips. Oh, nobody ever... I get it. This is the reason I'm talking about this right now, is because this is that same energy that I've been seeing out in Facebook land. So it's funny, Alex was going upstairs to get into his classes, and he looks at me and he goes, hey, he just wants to fight. Right? So it was so funny. So and then later, a little bit later, Madison, I think it was 10 minutes before she was supposed to walk out the door to go to school, she's like, hey, Mom. I was like, yo, what? Screaming from upstairs. And she goes, I want you to take me to McDonald's right now. I started laughing. I was like, I'm like, you're leaving for school in 10 minutes. I said, I don't know what you think is happening, but that's not happening now. You never feed me. I was like, well, you just got done eating spaghetti after having French toast for breakfast. So not sure. Well, it's nothing that I want. Nothing that tastes good like McDonald's. And I'm like, well, we got applesauce, we got goldfish, we got lots of little snacky snacks you can have in 10 minutes before we walk out. Oh my gosh. She storms off. You never give me anything that I want. This is the energy that I am seeing in the collective, but it's manifested right here with my kids. And I just am like, it's testing. It's testing. We do not have to play in that energy. And even with my kids, I don't have to play in that energy. And they're looking at me like, whoa, Mom, I can't believe you're saying this and you're doing, you're saying no and I'm like, I'm not doing this. And I said, Maddie, if you are not on that bus when it drives by, you are losing your phone for the rest of the week. I'm like, I can see it all coming down the pike. She gets upset, then she doesn't put her shoes on, then she's late out to the bus, then guess who gets to drive her to school? That'd be me. No. Not doing it. So there are ways we can see this chaos. I don't really know what else to call it. Chaos unfurling. And I'm just like, no, not doing it. That's not what's happening right now. I know you want it to happen, but it's not happening. So just remember that. You're sovereign. When people around you want to fight, you don't have to join in. In fact, what also is coming in is, you know what? You don't need to try to convince anyone of anything in your life that you've chosen or that you are changing because you are choosing now. Lots of change is happening. And so people might be questioning you. You know what? You don't have to answer. You can just say, well, because this is what's right for me right now. It's a whole different consciousness when you feel like you don't have to convince anyone that the decisions that you're making for yourself are good. I don't have to convince anyone. I'm a grown-ass woman. I have responsibilities, and that is what I'm doing. And I'm also fanning my passions too right now. Anyway, just wanted to share a little bit about the craziness that's been happening. The craziness that is my kids. Oh, yeah, and then there's Alex, who is about to graduate from high school. And just like most seniors, they start to get senioritis. Well, so is he, except for he's starting to feel resistant against the virtual school part. And he's doing half in class and half out of class. And he doesn't want to do the out of class anymore. And I'm like, hey, it's what you signed up for. Are you going to self-sabotage at the very end? And that's a question I'm asking outward to all y'all, too. Are you going to self-sabotage at the end, right before the success comes in? Right? To stop going to class right before you graduate. What? I know people do it. And that's up to him. All I can do is have talks with him and push him by saying, hey, yo, you've done 12 years of school minus 1 month. Are you going to finish? Or you want to roll the dice and get almost to the end and then what? See if you can skate and see if they're going to just let you? Oh, we'll see what happens. I'm up in his business, though, I tell you what. I get it. I was never like that, though. But these kids now, I'm going to say they're somewhat awake. And I'm saying somewhat because they're also teenagers. And so they got a lot of 3D shit running the show for them. But they do see that they are multidimensional too. They're just having a hard time buying into this world. I get it. I get that. Why go to college when you just want to be an artist? It's an interesting time right now. I tell you what, these kids that have come out of this COVID schooling stuff, at least in Washington State, which is, we're still under mask mandates and ugh. I think I did see some people that weren't masked the other day at the grocery store, and I was like, okay. I don't need to wear a mask. I'm just doing it because that's what the mandate says. And because it's only every time I only go into a store. I don't wear one outside. I don't wear one when I go on walks. I don't wear one at all. I wear one to get into a restaurant, to sit down, to take it off. And then I also wear it to go grocery shopping. That's it. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. All right. How's the energy for all y'all? Let me know down in the comments. Love you guys. Bye.